Akhenaten, the pharaoh who defied the gods. Imagine this. You're standing in the middle of the desert, beneath the shadows of towering stone columns. The air is thick with dust. The scent of crushed limestone burns your throat. Once, these temples echoed with prayers. Now only the sharp sound of chisels fills the air. Workers carve names off the walls, erase faces from history, as if someone wants an entire era to vanish forever. This is the end of one of the strangest, shortest, yet most revolutionary periods in Egyptian history. The year is 1334 BCE. A pharaoh who once shook the world is dead. His city abandoned, his god forgotten. Even his name is being scraped from the stones, Akhenaten. But just 18 years earlier, that man, a thin, awkward-looking young prince, was the most powerful human on earth. He commanded armies, built temples, and ruled an empire. Yet deep inside, something else was burning. What if all these gods are lies? The idea born from the heart of the sun, Akhenaten's real name was Amenhotep IV. His father, Amenhotep III, had ruled for 38 years, bringing Egypt to its golden age. And yet, his son wanted change, in a world where everything already seemed perfect. Maybe while watching the sun rise over the Nile, he saw something others didn't. Maybe he heard a voice in his dreams whisper, "The true God is the light itself, the one who sees and is seen." And so, he did what no one had dared to do for thousands of years. He rebelled against the gods. In Egypt, there were hundreds of deities, but none more powerful than the priests of Amun. They controlled not only religion, but wealth itself. Temples, farmlands, slaves, nearly a third of Egypt's resources belonged to them. Akhenaten looked at that and said, "No. There is only one God, the sun itself, Aten building a city from nothing." At first, no one took him seriously. "He's young," they said, "he'll get over it." But he didn't. Soon, right next to Amun's grand temples, he ordered new ones built for Aten. And then came the decision that shocked the entire empire. "I'm leaving Thebes, Egypt's heart." He abandoned the old capital and built a new city in the desert, Akhenaten, the horizon of Aten. Today, we know it as Amarna. The city rose from the sands at incredible speed. Thousands of workers, masons, and artists gathered to build a city dedicated entirely to the sun. But these temples were different. They had no roofs. They were completely open to the sky, because Aten could not be worshipped in darkness, only in sunlight. Nefertiti, the heart of the revolution. By his side stood a woman, Nefertiti. Her beauty was legendary, but her power was even greater. Together they prayed to Aten, standing as equals before their people, something utterly unheard of in ancient Egypt. And with that equality came a revolution in art. Pharaohs were no longer shown as flawless gods, but as real people. Akhenaten's long head, thin frame, Nefertiti's graceful features, their daughters laughing and playing. These scenes all appeared for the first time in Egyptian history. For the first time, kings looked human, to be closer to God. But as Akhenaten's revolution grew, he became more isolated. The priests hated him. The people didn't understand him. And in his loneliness, he began making strange decisions, all to draw himself closer to his God. He turned his own family into divine symbols. Even his daughters' names carried the mark of Aten, Meritaton, Ankhesenpaton, Neferneferuaten. Over time, that divine idea twisted into something darker. Akhenaten married his own daughters, believing that by uniting the male and female aspects of creation within his bloodline, he could reflect the dual nature of the god Aten. But this holy purity only led his family, Titwirli and his legacy, toward collapse. The empire falls apart. While Akhenaten gazed at the heavens, his empire crumbled below. Cities in Syria were crying for help. The army was weakening. Diplomats wrote desperate letters. "My king sends soldiers or our cities will fall." But he never answered. His eyes were fixed only on the sun. The final days, years passed. The city of Aten, Amarna, fell silent. People left. The art stopped. And one morning Akhenaten was simply gone. No great battle, no plague, just gone. Who ruled after him? Maybe his wife, Nefertiti. Maybe one of his daughters for a brief time. But then came a small boy who changed everything, Tutankhaten, the living image of Aten. Soon his name was changed too, Tutankhamun. Aten was erased. Amun returned. The priests regained their power. The first act of the new king was to undo everything his father had done. Oblivion Akhenaten city was abandoned. His temples destroyed, the stones reused to build other monuments. His name erased from every inscription. In the king lists of Egypt he does not exist. History buried him. Just when he most wanted to be Remi, he most wanted